Now we're going to look at how we use coordinates to determine the slope of a line. To do this, we're going to first review the slope of a line from a graph, and then we're going to show how to use the coordinate points to determine the slope. So generally, the slope is defined as the rise over run. And the way we do that when we have a line graph is we find points on the graph. So here I'm going to pick this point right here, and I'm going to pick this point right here. So that's perfect. And I have two choices. I can do it this way. I can draw the line from here. I'm going to form a right triangle. Okay, and then we're going to look at the rise. So I'm going from -1 all the way up. So I'm going upward, so it's going to be positive. And so let's look at what that is. So we're going up 4 units. 1 right here, 2, 3, 4. 4 units. And then our run is going from left to right, 2 units. So this is going to give us a slope. Now, what if you don't have a line, or you don't want to deal with figuring out how to draw the line given the points? You can actually still find the slope of the line using this formula. So if we have 2 points that are on the same line, we can find the slope of the line. Here the slope is going to be y2 minus y1, which is similar to your rise, divided by your x2 minus x1, which is your run. Remember that your rise is the change in y, and your run is the change in x. So now let's apply this formula to this question. It states that we need to find the slope of a line that passes through points A, that has coordinates 5, 3, and B with coordinates 4, 6. So let's call this slope, and we can put m in parentheses. It's going to be the change in y. So all you have to do is you choose a starting point. The starting point is, for me, is going to be B. So I'm going to go 6 minus 3 divided by, and then the change in x. So I'm going to go 4 minus 5. So this is going to be 6 minus 3 is 3. 4 minus 5 is -1. So the slope of this line is going to be -3. So this saves time if you don't want to draw a graph to show the line and then use the other method I showed earlier. Now let's look at this example. We're going to find the slope. So the slope, I'm going to call it m in parentheses, is going to be, I'm going to use Q as my starting point. It's going to be 8 minus 1 divided by 5 minus, and then minus 2. So this is going to be 7 over 5 plus 2, which is 7 over 7, which is 1. So the slope m is equal to 1. Let's look at the final example. The slope m is our change in y, so -8 minus 2 divided by the change in x, -5 minus 3. So this is going to give us -8 plus 2 divided by -5 plus 3. We're going to have -6 divided by -2. which is going to give us positive 3. So the slope of this line is going to be positive 3. And in future lessons, we'll see how the slope determines the way the line looks.